Actor and comedian John Witherspoon, known for TV and film roles such as Pops in Ice Cube's Friday and as the voice of the grandfather in the animated series Boondocks, passed away at the age of 77. Here to give us more insight on his life, his story, is Onyx News correspondent Kimberly Norsworthy. Kimberly, when you talk about John Witherspoon, I kind of can't help to smile because one of the things that he did was to make people laugh. I remember meeting him in Los Angeles a few years ago, and he was the same person on screen, very charismatic, very upbeat. Paint a picture of his life and his story for us.
Hi, yes. And as they say, Nietzsche, laughter is good medicine. And John Witherspoon definitely was one who doled it out in huge doses. He was a beloved pop culture icon. And his funeral service was held yesterday on November the 5th in Los Angeles in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood. And one thing that a lot of people don't know about John Witherspoon that came out at the funeral was he was best friends with David Letterman. And many of us know that we would see Mr. Witherspoon on the David Letterman show all the time, even when he was not promoting a project. And that was because the two of them were best friends in real life. And David Letterman, in fact, was one of the people who honored him with remarks at the funeral services. And as you mentioned,
Hollywood showed out in a great number for those funeral services, didn't they?
Yeah, Regina King attended, Ice Cube attended, Cedric the Entertainer, George Wallace, Shanice, and numerous others. And those people that I just mentioned were all people who participated in some way. They either sang or they spoke. So they did really show out in droves for John Witherspoon's homegoing services.
For those that have never met him, never had a chance to connect in laughter with him, share some history about, who he was, where he was born, how he grew up.
John Witherspoon was born in Detroit. Detroit versus everybody, right? John Witherspoon was born in Detroit. He was one of 11 siblings, and growing up in a house full of brothers and sisters is what allowed him to hone his appreciation and have keen instincts for the complexities and the comedy that's inherent in human behavior. So he got his interest in kind of mimicking people and that comedic element by growing up in a household of 11 siblings. He appeared in more than 40 television shows and numerous films. You mentioned some of them. And in Hollywood, one thing that John Witherspoon was also known for was, even though he appeared in numerous shows and films, he was known for selecting roles that didn't force him to just follow a script. He selected roles that would allow him to improvise. So that's a little bit about how he honed his career and how he selected roles that really did magnify both a natural instinct and one that was developed through training and practice. He's survived by
he will absolutely, definitely be missed. And our prayers continue to go out with the Witherspoon family. Kimberly Norsworthy, thank you for joining us via phone today. As always, great reporting.